Jenny Kim. She's a fantastic attorney here with Spar and Bernstein. And she, hello! Don't look overly excited to hang out with me now, Jenny.
Very excited, Brad.
You don't look overly excited. I'm the hello!
Hello!
There you are. All right. So over the Christmas holiday, Jenny, as you are well aware, Governor Cuomo pardoned 18 immigrants who faced deportation. And the other day, about a week and a half ago, we spoke with deported former U.S. Marine Marco Chavez, who after 15 years was allowed to re-enter the United States after he was pardoned by Jerry Brown. There are other people who are looking for pardons. So tell us, what's the big news with Governor Cuomo pardoning, and who can be pardoned and who can't?
It's amazing because of the fact that I remember, meeting with prospective clients, and we would discuss pardons, and they didn't seem to be a reality at this point. But hearing the fact that Governor Cuomo has pardoned these individuals, it's not just a path for individuals to be able to get their green cards, to keep their green cards, but even individuals that were previously in immigration court having convicted of an aggravated felony, it opens the doors for them to be able to even apply for citizenship as well.
There's two, if you have a criminal conviction and you're in the deportation process, especially if you're an aggravated felon, or you're getting deported and you don't have relief from deportation, it's like having a cancer. Cancer kills you. You're going to get deported. We saw what happened earlier today with Jean Montevel, who may have already been deported for a criminal offense from 25 years ago. We saw the gentleman we spoke to at the top of the hour, who was from Mexico, who got deported. He didn't have a criminal offense. He was just here out of status. But you see it all the time. And having a criminal record is like having a cancer. There's two ways to go about it. You can try to vacate your convictions. And there's certain states and certain counties where vacating is easier than others. And there's certain states and counties where they're almost impossible. Or you can try to pardon.
Even within New York.
You can try to pardon. Now, what is the difference, or do you want to talk about what the difference between vacating and pardoning is?
Well, vacating a conviction is essentially you're reopening your conviction, your case, and once it's vacated, it's set aside, meaning that you no longer have that conviction.
It's as if it never happened. It's as if it never happened. And you go to do that through your district attorney, through the local judge who convicted you, and it's almost like wiped off the record. It's like taking white out and whiting out the conviction. Versus a pardon, a pardon is you're convicted, and then what? And now you're not convicted.
You've been forgiven.
You've been forgiven, but you still have that conviction.
Exactly.
But you still have that conviction. Right. So are there any restrictions on people? Now, Governor Cuomo pardoned 18 people. I know people have come to us about vacating convictions. If you didn't get your conviction vacated, but you could always try to pardon. One doesn't preclude the other. Certainly nothing bad happens to you by trying to request a pardon. Governor Cuomo is not going to hand you over to immigration. He's just going to say no. Most governors would just say no or yes. But what are the restrictions, if any, on pardons?
Individuals with any sort of drug convictions, even something as simple as marijuana possession, fortunately, even if they are pardoned, the immigration consequences still remain, meaning that it doesn't go away.
So pardoning works for everything but a drug offense.
That's correct.
So Jean Montevel, I know his wife was on earlier, said they were trying to pardon in Virginia, and unfortunately, even if he got the pardon, he would still be a deportable alien. Versus vacating the conviction. Vacating means it never happened.
Never happened.
How do you go about filing a pardon, Jenny? What do we do?
Well, it's about telling a story, right? You have to be able to prove to Governor Cuomo or whoever it is in your state that you're a changed individual. You accept responsibility for whatever happened in your past, and over the years, you present a story that you're no longer that person, how you've changed. You've been paying and filing your taxes, supporting your family, doing volunteer work, whatever it takes in terms of telling a good story and proving to the government that you are indeed, that you deserve forgiveness.
Being a lawyer is really telling your client's story, being a good lawyer.
Yeah.
And it's in almost anything, whether it's in the pardon application, explaining
waiver
applications, why this person should be forgiven and given a waiver, why this person should be given a pardon. Even if you're on trial in a civil offense and you're asking for money for somebody, okay? You know, Moshe he tells a good story why this person should be given all this money for all their pain and suffering. Being a good lawyer, the first and foremost is telling a good story. And it goes the same with a pardon application as well. So you know, in this day and age with Donald Trump in the White House, I don't think it's too big of a stretch to say why pardons are important.
Oh man, pardons are so important, and you know, again, it's become a reality that it's a possibility that your pardon could be granted.
Yes, 18 people. Now, by the way, I did see that one of the pardons was for a drug conviction, and Governor Cuomo took you know, pleasure in saying, I even pardoned it. But you know what? That pardon doesn't help. Governor Cuomo doesn't even understand the immigration laws. He pardoned somebody, and that person is still deportable. Believe it or not. What would have given this man more pleasure and Governor Cuomo more pleasure is if Governor Cuomo called up his buddy in the district attorney's office and said, "Hey,
let's reopen this case.
Reopen it.
Yeah, vacate it."
Right. All right. Any last words, Jenny?
I would just say that for anybody out there that, you know, does have a criminal conviction that affects your immigration benefits, and where there are immigration consequences, come see us. Let's talk about filing a pardon for you if that, you know, is an option for you.
You know what? If you know, you can't fight them in immigration, you got to fight them criminal. If having a criminal offense is like having a cancer. And you literally have to cut that cancer out of your body. It's like being a doctor. So how are you going to cut that cancer out if you're going to get deported? You're going to vacate your conviction. You're going to request a pardon. Certainly, we saw in California, Jerry Brown's given pardons. Certainly, we saw in New York, Governor Cuomo's given pardons. Perhaps other governors in other states that haven't been publicized yet are given pardons too. We see it in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, locally here in our local county courthouses, judges and district attorneys feeling very sorry for people who have criminal offenses and vacating them as well. Or many times reopening and changing the plea to something that's not deportable, which also works.
Yes, we do.
Which also works.
Yeah, that actually works.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Jenny. Jenny's a fantastic attorney, super lawyer, voted several years in a row. Unbelievable attorney. I don't know where this firm would be without Jenny. Jenny Kim, fabulous lawyer.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you very much. And thank you for joining us here on the show for a couple of minutes. I know you got to get back to work.
Thank you.